basically the best of the best here. The best high school students, if you're good at something, then you're here, you're competing, doing what you're good at. And it's fun to come out here and compete against other people who are interested in the exact same thing that you're interested in.
I love working with my hands. So I saw mill writing and I thought it looked pretty cool at the time. And a couple of years later, here I am.
I'm having a great time. I'm learning a lot.
My experience with skills has been once in a lifetime opportunity. You get to meet so many people, you get to go so many places, you get to see how industry operates.
It's important for people to learn more about the trades and skills for future careers.
If I could compete next year, I definitely would. No doubts about it. I'd go straight into this again.
I would encourage any students that have the opportunity to come and compete at Skills.
Skills Canada Alberta is a leader in connecting your passions and interests to your education and employment. Our programs give you an unparalleled opportunity to be part of a regional, provincial, national, and international skills movement. In our flagship event, the Provincial Skills Canada competition, young people like you from across the province compete against their peers in an Olympic-style trade and technology competition. Skills Canada Alberta believes that Alberta's youth are among some of the most skilled in the world, and that you should be proud of those skills. Many of our talented alumni pursue meaningful careers in skilled trade and technology areas that they are passionate about.
Cars is all my life, and that's all I do is work on cars, drive cars, and so it's good to be paid for your passions.
I always wanted to work with my hands. I kind of tinkered with cars and stuff in my dad's garage.
My journey with skills began actually in, I think, 2008 when I was in high school. I was in grade 11 and I was approached by a teacher at my school, so I was pretty serious about cooking at that point. And this teacher actually sort of found me and gave me this opportunity, and I'll admit I was pretty intimidated, but when it was all said and done, I walked away with a bronze medal in my first year.
All you really need is one person to give you a chance. And that took me to Skills, and that made me win provincials, and it made me win nationals.
I got involved in Skills in grade 10 when one of my friends actually asked me to go into the robotics competition, and I thought I might as well do something cool, and it actually turned into something amazing because it actually pushed me to be an electrical engineer, and so I just got my degree, and here I am.
Probably the biggest impact of my skills journey on my life has been competing for Team Canada at World Skills. It's definitely an eye-opening experience competing against all the different countries, and definitely learned a ton that I wouldn't have learned through regular apprenticeship training.
I do think there are a lot of incredible opportunities regardless of what medal you earn, and that's one of the incredible things about this organization. So I got the opportunity to go compete in Brazil at the Sao Paulo World Skills Americas in 2012. And that was a life-changing event, really a chance for me to push myself further than I ever had before.
I'd like to say that Skills has definitely been a huge growing experience for me, not only working as a robotics engineer, but as well working as an apprentice, because I see the type of on-the-job training that you get from Skills, and the type of skills that you get out of Skills gives you a step above everyone else around you.
My passion for working on cars has always been there since high school, so got started competing in skills competitions to see if I wanted to make a career out of it. Now I'm a full-time tech, almost a journeyman, and that kind of relates to my hobby now as a rally car driver in the Canadian Championship, because I have to put in all the hours I did when I was training for competitions to get my car properly prepped and ready for races.
It opened not only my eyes, but a lot of other students' eyes to the trades as well as degrees that could happen after you've actually done the skills competition.
So yeah, after finishing my competition days with Skills and getting my journeyman cook certification, I worked at a bunch of top restaurants around Edmonton and Vancouver, had the opportunity to travel quite a bit, and now I'm actually back here in Edmonton. I'm finishing up a business degree while opening a high-end deli here in Edmonton. And we'll be opening hopefully before Christmas this year. The other big part of my career now is teaching, and actually that opportunity came through Skills as well, through a professional connection there. And I've been teaching cooking classes in Edmonton for about 3 years now, and that's become something I'm very passionate about.
Everybody should have an equal shot. I mean, regardless if you're a boy or if you're a girl, get that one person to give you that shot and you take it.
No opportunity is too small, and no challenge is too great. You know, you can take everything on. You never know what's going to come out of it. Say yes as much as you can, because you never know where it will lead you.
Alberta is skilled. and we believe that you have skills. Visit our website for more information and start your journey with Skills Canada Alberta.
All right, so hope that that little video gives you a bit of a glimpse into the world of a skills competitor, kind of how these people got started on 4 totally different skill paths and how their journeys, you know, kind of similar paths, you know, from being a high school student, weaving through this competition world, really honing your skills and your craft to kickstarting these careers in these 4 different skill trades and technologies. So I'm going to share with you guys now. If you have a device and you want to follow along with me, feel free. So we are just on skillsalberta.com, just our, here, let me move up my window a little bit for you. Oh, yeah, because it's not wanting to show. My bad. So skillsalberta.com, super simple. Skillsalberta.com, share it in the chat box with you. And if you want to follow along, you can actually scroll down to where it says finding your niche. So we created this little handy dandy doodaddy this year. We call this Skill Sorter. It's very official. Because we know sometimes it's hard as a student to know where to get started. Maybe you have way too many interests and you don't know how to dial them in to explore a handful of them. Or maybe you don't know what your interests are yet. Maybe you need to go out and try a whole bunch of new things, or you don't even know what's out there. I know I grew up in a really small town of like 5,000 people. And I knew of like 5 jobs that existed. I knew teachers and doctors and lawyers and farmers and my friends who worked in oil and gas. That was the extent of my career knowledge. So we thought it was super cool to create something like this to expose students to just the myriad of different jobs that exist out there. So the Skills Sorter, how this works. Yeah, give us a second to get everyone logged in for sure. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. Sometimes when I'm presenting, it's to a classroom where everybody is on their own device, logged into the Google Meet at once. Sometimes people are just hanging in a classroom like you. It's just been a wild year of rolling with the punches. But let me tell you, I cannot wait to be back face to face in a classroom with you guys next year. This sitting in my office by myself is getting a little bit weird, talking to my cat and my dog, and that's about it. Oh, nice. Awesome. Cool. So again, you can, if this works for you to follow along, great. If it doesn't, that's totally cool too. I'm going to share a lot of these resources in the chat box if you want to come back to these later. Maybe as you're going through high school or exploring your career paths, you think, man, there was that thing I saw, that skills presentation that one day. I wonder what that was. I want to go back to that. If that's the case, again, these will live in the chat box for now. This presentation is being recorded, so you might be able to access it in the future. And you can always, always, always contact us at Skills Alberta. Our job, so there's about 10 of us on our team, and our job is 100% to just hang out with and connect with and support students like you in your career exploration. And as you saw from the people in the previous video, you know, we've been hanging out with some of these students since they were in grade 10, and they're now into like their 40s and 50s. I mean, a little older than me, so our older staff, but that's kind of the point. We're almost like you know, like a coach that gets to follow you around, and you can keep coming to for help and advice at various stages. Because the questions that you have about your careers are going to be different in grade 7 and grade 10 and grade 12, and when you're 20 and 25 and 30, and they never end. It just keeps going, and that's the excitement of your career journeys. Okay, so if you are following along, maybe you've already done this part. You're just going to select your interests. So for me, I like being creative, I like craftsmanship, helping people, making things, working as a team, working outdoors. And then you'll just click Find My Skill. And after that, it should spout out a whole bunch of different skills that it thinks that you might like based on the interest that you've given it. Mine's a little laggy today. I live in a super small town in the middle of nowhere called Black Diamond, so sometimes our internet's a little woo. But I hope on your side of things, it punches out a whole bunch of different skills. If it doesn't, that's okay. You're just going to keep scrolling down where all of the skills are listed based on our high school competitions. We've got everything from animation, auto body repair, baking, carpentry, fashion technology, graphic design. There's loads and loads of skills there. And it doesn't stop there. It goes up to our post-secondary level skills as well. There's a few different ones in here that you wouldn't find in high school. Like we have mobile crane, which is a really neat one. Mechatronics, which is pretty cool. Bricklaying. So I would invite you guys, once you've kind of done the skills sorter or scrolled down the list of skills, to maybe pick one of these skills that interests you. I'm gonna check out bricklaying today, see what that's all about. So all of these skills will take you to a bit of a landing page that gives you a glance at what this skill is all about. So it might tell you how many apprenticeship hours are required, how many people are employed in Alberta, what's the average salary. So average salary of a bricklayer, 82 grand. Whew, that's not too shabby. Then as you scroll down, you'll get a bit of a description. So bricklayers prepare and lay brick and other masonry products in order to construct and repair structures such as walls, arches, fireplaces, etc. They may work with masonry materials such as brick, concrete, block, stone, structural tile, and precast panels. You'll see at the bottom of this little blurb some potential careers. It could be a stonemason, a tile setter, a refractory brick repairer. Ooh, those sound interesting. And you'll also see where you can study these skills in Alberta. So it looks like I'd be going to SAIT if I wanted to pursue bricklaying. And kind of a choose your own adventure here. Sometimes we pursue skills just for our own curiosity. So for example, real life skills. My husband, he is an electrical engineer, so that's the skill he pursued for a career. But last night, our dishwasher pooched out, and there's water all over our house. So thank goodness that he had a little bit of plumbing background in his high school days. Instead of spending hundreds of dollars bringing a plumber in to fix our dishwasher, he was able to get in there and figure things out and troubleshoot the problem until we can get a new one. So whether you are pursuing these skills for your personal interest to just help support you through life, these are very, very practical skills that are always going to be needed, or you're thinking, yeah, I want to do this for a career, or I want to go to school and study this. Maybe I want to start up my own business doing this. There are so many career paths. It is like a true choose your own adventure novel here. So another portion that you're going to see on our website is you can check out, so it'll say the events that exist for that skill. So bricklaying events. And then that will explain to you a little bit more about what it would be like if you wanted to do a skills competition in that event. So obviously, oh, I don't know. Okay, it looks like we didn't do bricklaying this year. Oops. But we'll go back in time. You can go back in time over the years to see what competitions have been like, to predict what they might be like in the future. So you can click on that skill. Ooh, now we've gone to all of the skills that were assessed this year. So let's check out plumbing. Let's see what that is about. So you're going to see what is called a contest description. And this contest description is what tells you the skills that you will be assessed on at this competition. It's like the competition scope, you know, it's like you go into your first day of language arts class and they tell you, these are the books we're going to read, these are the poems we're going to read. This is kind of like a syllabus for your competition. So it'll tell you all of the equipment and the materials you need, and it'll tell you all about the project that you're going to do. So in plumbing, we're going to apply mathematical concepts involving parallel, 60, 45, and 22.5 offsets into a piping system. you'll get a whole bunch of, oops, sorry, I'm sharing the wrong tab. There we go. So it'll show you step by step everything that you would be expected to do at this competition, so that just like an Olympian, you can go back to your class and your teacher and you can train for this. So again, this isn't something that we're just like, hey, you want to do plumbing? Come on down and compete. It's something that if you decide you want to do, you get to commit to, just like you would commit to training with the basketball team or practicing with your band or your drama club. It's another kind of community that you can become a part of, dedicated to advancing your skill, trade, and technical skills. So once you've done all of that, then you have prepared yourself for the Provincial Skills Canada competition. This is a super cool event because you can choose to attend this as a competitor. So, you know, you have that path that we've been talking about so far. You can be like, yep, I wanna go for gold, that's my jam. But if competition isn't your jam, you can still attend this event, just like you can attend the Olympics, just to be a part of the energy and the excitement. So we have approximately, you know, between 10 and 15,000 students come down to the Edmonton Expo Center each year to observe this event when we're face-to-face. We made some alterations in the virtual space the last few years, but are really looking forward to being back face-to-face again next year with everyone. And if you're coming down to watch, not only do you get to observe the best students, the best high school and post-secondary students in the province competing in these skills, but you get to go out and actually try all of them. So we have what is called our Try a Trade field trip. So as the students are competing, right, side by side, you get to go hang out with the experts in these careers and try out all of their tools, their equipment, their materials. If you're interested in, one of my favorites is mobile crane. You actually get to jump inside a spider crane and play like real life claw machine with things around the floor. Yeah, we'll show you some more in this video, what some of the things you can get up to.
The Provincial Skills Canada competition is an engaging career exploration experience for students from across Alberta, where they can get hands-on with more than 50 different trades and technologies while watching as hundreds of high school and post-secondary students compete in areas like carpentry, robotics, baking, and more.
When I see these kids walking around and seeing the scale drink put on a pedestal, it's incredible. They're trying a drink for the first time. The looks on their faces, it's like they realized something that they never knew that they could do. It's so encouraging.
This is an event that inspires you to try something new. It will help you to develop your skills and elevate your understanding of trade and technology career opportunities.
First time looking at trades, and I think it's a lot more fun than I thought before.
Well, it was the best time I've ever had at the Edmonton Expo Center. It was fun, and there was a lot of good games I could play, and there was a lot of things I could make and do. I'm very excited about welding because I didn't know how fun it would be. I just want to be a welder when I grow up.
Alberta is you! Discover what your future looks like at the 2019 Provincial Skills Canada competition, May 8th and 9th at the Edmonton Expo Center. Visit skillsalberta.com for more information.
All right, so that video is from the last event that we hosted live, so you can get a feel for the energy and the excitement going on there. Super looking forward to the 2022 Provincial Skills Canada competition. And so something I didn't mention before, my favorite part about this process, oh my gosh, once you compete at the Provincial Skills competition, if you win there, then you advance to the National Skills competition and you join us on Team Alberta. So you get to hop in a plane and fly across the country with us and approximately 50 other students who are the best of the best in what they do to attend a skills competition at the national level. So next year, myself and our team at Skills Alberta, we're preparing to bring students to Vancouver for the 2022 Skills Canada National Competition. I'm super lucky I got to take a trip out there in the spring to go and scout out and stay in downtown Vancouver for a week and just plan all of the fun team building activities that we're going to do together. And again, it doesn't stop there. If you win at the Skills Canada National Competition, you join Team Canada at the World Skills Competition. So that all sounds wild and crazy and awesome and out there. But I wanted to share a little bit of something with you guys today that you can start to do now. Like if that's your goal, but that feels far away, it's like, how do we work backwards, the steps to get to, a skills competitor at provincials or nationals or worlds? So this year, when I was presenting to students in the classroom, we talked a lot about our 7 dimensions of well-being, which has to do a lot with Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is from some little bit of psychology we're going to throw in there. We really focused on well-being this year because a lot of research is making it more and more clear to us that the people out there who are doing really, really well in their skills, so the high performers, like the winners at these national competitions, and the people out there who are really happy and satisfied in their careers, what they all have in common is they've kind of got these dimensions of well-being dialed in. They understand what it takes to manage their well-being all the way from the base or the foundation up. So we created this little resource for students this year. I'll share this in the chat box. So this is called Padlet. And Padlet is this little online community where Skills Alberta, we've curated a bunch of resources to help you guys dive into your 7 dimensions of well-being. But you guys can also interact. You can post, you can comment, you can share, you can connect and ask questions, you can post videos and songs and all kinds of things on here. Or you can just this is like a crash course in your 7 dimensions of well-being. So I'm just going to fast forward to this column here. This is a vocational well-being. And vocational is just a fancy name for your occupational, your career well-being. But you'll notice before we even start talking about our career well-being, we have 5 other dimensions that come first. And that's because when it comes to balancing your well-being, when it comes to, starting to think about this career path that you're going to be taking in your lifetime, it's super important to first build a foundation of understanding of who you guys are. Because the better you know yourself, the better decisions you're going to make when choosing a career. So we start with things like physical well-being, how you feed and how you move and how you rest your body. Because, when you feel good, you do good. We move to emotional well-being. So understanding our emotions, helping, figuring out how to let them flow. Mental well-being, where we explore our identity. So this is things like your thoughts and your ideas, how you learn, what skills do you tend to be drawn towards. Environmental well-being, where you start to take all of those things about you and then you apply them to something that you care about in the world. So we're starting to get closer now to that career path, that what am I gonna do in the world? Social well-being. So this is where we start connecting with a crew who can help us get there. This is one of my favorite parts where Skills Alberta comes in, because once you have found that thing that you really care about, that reflects your skills and how you learn and what you're passionate about, you get to plug into a community of people who care about that exact same thing, whether it is welding or robotics or animation or architecture or joinery. There are so many different communities that exist for you to come and amp your skill set. And then after all of that, we start thinking about, where are we going to go on this career path? What are we going to do? Where are we going to go to school? Who are we going to work for? How are we going to, put food on the table with the skill that we love to do? And then from there, we even go a step farther to what is called cosmic well-being, which is where we start to not just, work for a living, but do the thing that just makes us feel in the zone, in flow. Athletes talk about this all the time, before they play a big game, they put in their headphones and they go through their mental rehearsal of what they're going to do to get in the zone. And that is a space that we hope Skills Alberta, we can support you guys to getting in, whether it is as a junior high student getting amped for your classes, your school years, your skills competitions, or further along the line in your careers. So another thing that you guys can do right now to start this process is Skills Exploration Days. This is a program that we created just for junior high students for you guys to go and explore a whole bunch of different skills from the experts in these trade and technical careers. And then once you learn the skills from them, much like you're doing this week, as I understand, we task you with a design challenge to then go solve a big problem in the world using all of these different skills put together. So here's a quick peek at what Skills Exploration Days looks like.
So we are at Skills Exploration Days, which is a junior high event where junior high students can come and kind of discover their skills and discover their interests and learn what it is that they're good at or that they have a passion for.
Lots of different stations and where you can build and create new things that you wouldn't think that you would normally do.
Oh, I'd say it's really fun. It's just lots of good energy around and you don't even feel like you're learning.
We learn a whole bunch of different things. You can do welding, carpentry, electrical, graphic design, and fashion. You have carpenters teaching them carpentry. You have electricians teaching them electrical work. It's unparalleled for what they're able to learn from those industry experts here.
We also did sheet metal, which was one of my favorite ones to do because you get to bend metal and it's really fun.
You're gonna have a blast and it's gonna be so much fun. I love it a lot. So what we love to see with this program is students with tools in their hands. We love to see them learning hands-on. You have to actually get in a welding booth. You have to get in front of a graphic design computer and then you can just see what you like.
Everyone finds it a way to make it fun. If I had the chance to do it again, I would totally do it.
No matter where you are in Alberta, we hope that you're able to come. There really is something here for everybody.
Awesome. So what we love most about Skills Exploration Days and what I understand you guys are getting up to this week is when you get the opportunity to learn these hands-on skills from the experts themselves, that is where the magic happens. So I would, challenge you guys this week to ask as many questions as you can to the people who are teaching you these skills. These people are here because they want to teach and they want to show and they want to pass down the knowledge that they have in, okay, I see electrical, plumbing, carpentry, mechanics, and possibly welding. Amazing exposure you guys are getting this week. You guys are basically having your own Skills Exploration Days. Wow, forget what I just said. You guys are cruising. But yeah, make sure that you engage as much as possible because, when I was a little bit younger, sometimes I thought I didn't want to ask questions. I don't want to bug these people. Maybe my questions sound stupid. I don't want to sound dumb in front of this expert. But what I didn't realize, now that I'm the older one doing the teaching, man, there is nothing that makes these experts happier than getting to pass on the skill that they love to younger people and see your guys' passion for it. There are no stupid questions. That is how we learn. So if you guys are looking for a little, maybe a little bit extra, if you are just loving this world so much and you go home this summer and you're a little bit bored, you're looking for something to do, we created this little making at home challenge for you guys. I'll share the link in the chat box. If you're ever cruising around our website, it's just under, Skills Alberta, Educator Resources. You just scroll down. This is where all of our Skills Alberta programming is. We didn't talk about all of it today, but you're welcome to explore the rest on your own. So making at home is this one that we created for students who are really keen with these hands-on design thinking skills to do at home. So we created this virtual guide and design challenge. This is kind of like our version of skills exploration days, or maybe what you guys are doing this week that you can do at home by yourself with kind of very little tools and materials needed. It's like a choose your own adventure. You use what you have. So in each of these, we've got about 30 different design challenges that you can choose based on what your interests are. So maybe designing a healthy lunch, using simple machines to make overly complex compound machines. There are, I believe, 30 different challenges in here that you can choose. And then each of them launches into kind of a step-by-step, takes you through the process of, what is this problem? What do you need to design? And then if at home, let's say all you have is like cardboard and pipe cleaners and like craft materials, cool, do that. If you have a whole shop at home, wicked, use that. The point here is to use what you have to develop this design thinking mindset, this hands-on problem-solving thinking mindset, to become, the maker mindset. And it really doesn't matter. If you don't have a shop at home, that's okay. It's the process of making and designing and solving problems with our hands that is the muscle that you're building. So that when you are back in the shop, you'll be super, super sharp. I just wanted to share with you guys a few of the challenges that students made this year. So this, I think, was a grade 8 class, and they did Rube Goldberg machines. So this was a 60-minute design challenge. They had very low-tech materials, so nothing too fancy. But the complexity of what they designed was like, super fancy. I'm gonna have a quick little play of these videos. Oh, shoot. Yeah, there we go.
That's awesome. That was awesome. Oh, so close, you guys. Go. Oh! And look at that. Safety right there. Take that, COVID.
So the point of all of this is we want you guys to pursue these skills knowing that they're fun. Like, yes, these skills can take you to a career, a job, they can be work one day, but we want you to approach it through a lens of enjoyment and exploration and this kind of childlike wonder. So yeah, these Rube Goldberg machines over here, they look kind of silly, kind of goofy, but it's the process that you are undergoing mentally, physically, the challenges that without even realizing it, when you're having so much fun, that are actually building these really important career and life skills without even realizing it. So I want to kick off. I want to finish off today, I think, with a little pump-up video.
I think I discovered Grammarly during my final semester of college.
Sorry,
I
YouTube
really
ads.
wish I found out about it sooner because honestly,
there we go. So I want to finish off today with a little pump-up video from World Skills Kazan, Russia. This is from 2019, the last year that World Skills was hosted live. Next World Skills is going to be in 2022 in Shanghai, I believe. And I think the year after that, they're going maybe to France. So World Skills happens every 2 years. You are eligible to go to World Skills until you're about 21 years old. So you guys have loads and loads of time to prepare for this experience. So if anything you've seen today has excited you, I just wanted to end with this is the top of the skills pyramid where you could be heading one day.
Hello and welcome to the 45th World Skills Competition.
I promise that we will appreciate наши обязанности с полной беспристрастностью.
Skills change lives. Make new friends and create lasting memories. And of course, enjoy yourselves.
45-й мировой чемпионат по профессиональному мастерству по стандарту WellBeing объявляю открытым.
Right. Awesome. Oh, let's stop presenting there so we're not in the infinite loop of weirdness. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to hang out today. I hope that you've seen something today that's inspired you. I hope you guys have a wonderful, awesome, fun week, getting your hands dirty, learning new skills. And I hope that we get to see some of you in person next year at some Skills Alberta events. See ya!